Hello and welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this posting finds you well and more importantly active, keeping up with your fitness gains and everything. Before kicking off with the main post, I was happy and very surprised this morning to receive a gift in the post. To be honest with you, initially I was actually at a loss, wondering, what I'd ordered, because, with my mind in it, I order stuff sometimes I don't completely forget all about it. But upon opening the package, I found a very special treat. 6 handmade chocolate brownies. Now obviously I wasn't expecting them, which pricked my curiosity, and I thought, who on earth had sent me these beautiful chocolates, But that the greeting card answered that question for me. So I know they're brownies because it says on the front, but I've not actually opened them up to have a look. So this is the official unboxing of the brownies. Oh, hold on a minute. Struggling to get it open. I don't want to damage it. Oh, there you go. So they're from the Essex Bakery Company, handmade in Colchester. Wow, look at them. Oh, I can't wait until after dinner, I tell you, that's going to be epic. Obviously I won't eat all of them, I'll have one and keep the rest and let me wife have one, So let's read the card. Right, let's put these away. Really nice packaging as well. So the card, just like the say it says on the front, Lee, we're celebrating Random Acts of Kindness Day. Enjoy this treat from us, from everyone at Burkett Long. Hashtag Burkett Long. Wow. Wow. And thank you so much. What an amazing thing to do, but that was a big shock. When Amanda saw what I'd got, she was in just as much shock as I was. But what she actually said was that, and I thought it was a really nice thing to say. She said, "Say something when a local business shows more kindness than a chat." And I knew what she was actually going to say because I know my wife obviously, but she said chat. She didn't want to finish it because she knows what I'm like about moaning about the cherries and that. But yeah, that last word that she clipped off, she meant to say charities. But you don't have to worry. I'm not going into one of my rants because that'd be stealing the limelight from the sender. So thank you so much to Burkett Long Solicitors, who, to be honest with you, continue to be a huge source of encouragement for me. I was actually feeling, I don't know if you saw, oh no, I haven't actually posted that yet. I did another post on getting fit when you're 50 or 60, and I was feeling a little bit down, about it, and that gift gave me a real welcome lift, made me day. So, for those of you who don't know, Burkett Long Solicitors are a company in Colchester, and they actually help by giving me some money to help buy my TT bike. And what makes them more remarkable is that they are only one of 5 companies of the now 1,200 or so that I've written to asking for help. A very generous local business that care about our community, and as they've proven with me, they care about people as well. And I'm taken aback by them mainly because being poor, you know, I'm not, you know, yeah, being poor, there's no way I'd ever be able to afford to like use a solicitor, especially one, you know, as high profile as these. And, you know, they're still, regardless of that, they don't, you know, seem to care. You know, they're just like a really giving company. And, you know, I can't sing their praises any more than I can. What an absolutely amazing thing to do. Well, really, I'm blown away. Well, yeah, I just can't wait to eat them now. I've actually, me recording this video now, I was actually supposed to record it tomorrow, but I couldn't wait to eat the brownies. So what I'm doing is I'm recording the first half now, you know, the bit with the thank you to Burkett Long, and, you know, a little bit more about the actual video content, you know, about me running the 50k. You know, just so I can eat one of the brownies and try them, because they look amazing. I'll leave a link actually in the description, a link to like Burkett Long's website, and also I'll find out whereabouts. Find the Essex Bakery's like website as well and put that in there as well, just in case you want to have a look. Well, they're handmade, aren't they? So they're going to be really nice. If you recall, on Saturday I started a new program for getting fit with the ultimate goal of being able to run 32 miles. So that later on in the year I'll be able to compete in a 50k event, which will take me on a route around Colchester. I'm planning to run this on Saturday the 2nd of September. Anyone's welcome to come and join me if they want. Yeah, so now obviously from being injured and unwell in January to running a full 50k 6 months later, it is a bit of a stretch. Some like people have said to me that's almost an unfathomable goal for anyone, especially like a bloke of 57. You know, that would be a stretch for even a capable athlete. But there you go. That's me. I like to push myself. To achieve this goal, I'll be building my fitness in stages. My first goal being to run 10 kilometres without stopping in a time of around 40 minutes. Although I'm hoping that, you know, it'll be upper 30s, say like 38 minutes, 40 minutes, that'll be perfect. But, you know, I will be happy with 45. I know I can do it because I've done it before, time and time again, but whether or not I can go from 0 to 50k in a single season is another question entirely. But that's what I'm seeking to discover, you know, can I do it? If you viewed the intro to these videos, you'll know that I was able to run and walk 10k distance relatively easily, albeit I had a really sore toe due to the compression socks that I'd had. They were new. And at the time of writing the script for this video, I've not long returned from my third run of the week, where I'm happy to report many improvements. I'm definitely getting fitter, just slowly at the moment, which, to be honest with you, is perfect because, you know me, I go on about how important it is to lower the possibility of getting injured when you're older. So, you know, my saying is slow improvements means less injuries, you know. So today I increased the total distance to 9.5 miles and also cut 4 minutes from a 10k time to 1 hour and 9 minutes. I have to say that there was a vast improvement over the first half of the run. I was able to run further without stopping, with my breathless heart rate increasing to 165, and I was able to recover breath at around 130 beats per minute. It was also only in the second half of the run that I felt more tired and unable to maintain that, this higher heart rate. But despite these improvements, VO2 max dropped again to 45 this time, which is disappointing, but it's still in excess of like last year's low of 41, so I am still fitter than I was a year ago, even though I'm starting again. The other thing that was promising as well was that I did actually manage greater distances at zone 5 heart rate, which is great news from an endurance standpoint. Essentially, it means that aerobic capacity is increasing, though not to such an extent where the VO2 max is impacted either. You'll see this in a minute when I walk through the data. So hopefully the drop in VO2 max to 45 will be the last dip, and I'll start seeing it increase. So let's start looking at the gains. So this is Garmin Connect. This is where I see all my data, where I can kind of see how well I'm doing and how I can make improvements. As you can see, this is a 9.46 mile distance that I ran today on Saturday the 18th, and it took me 1 hour and 51. It gives you the basic overview at the top. Then we've got the route here, which I can make big as well if I want. Today's route, I changed it a little bit to add a little bit more mileage. Instead of going straight down Severals Lane, I went round the Crescent, and also instead of going down Ipswich Road, I went down St John's Road and then Harwich Road, and then continued with the normal route. The first thing you can see here, if we zoom in a little bit, I've travelled a little bit further without stopping. It's almost 2 miles now, so starting here. This is me warm up, and then I basically run all the way round, and then stopped on it. This is actually 2 miles. So week on week, what will actually happen is you'll gradually see the removal of the blue, and eventually you'll see it all red around the whole route. Just don't forget, I've only actually been out 3 times now, and it still is only February. So let's come back out of here and have a look at the data, how it helps me. So the first thing I'll look at on here is the training effect. That's impacting me, so that's good. That means I'm improving. If I wasn't improving, that would say maintaining. In other words, all I'm doing is kind of keeping my fitness as it is, and I don't want that yet. I want to wait until I'm at my peak before I get to that stage. The other thing on here that shows me that I'm nowhere near my best is the stride length and the average run cadence. So, cadence is basically how many steps per mile that you make. That's what it means, steps per mile. So it's 148 steps per mile. You know, my gauge here is like my favoured gauge is the actual stride length, which when I'm at my best is normally about 1.1 metres, so I'm quite a way off that as yet. Pace isn't that good either. You know, the average moving pace is 11. What this is actually telling me is that I'm running. It's taken me 11 minutes and 50 seconds to run a mile, and that's the average over the entire 9.46 miles. And the best pace was 8.2. So it was taking me 8 minutes and 20 seconds to run a mile at my best. And I would say that that's actually probably the first piece in here that was when the best was. Added in quite a lot of elevation now, because that'll help like this. That'll help me knees, you know, in the long run. Me zones, I actually managed to get up to 5.4, which is you know, that's basically a sprint, but in heart rate, you know. So what it's actually doing is it's looking at my heart rate at like the average of 138, and then basically heart rate zone 5 should be around about 90 to 100% of your maximum heart rate, you know. So that's looking at my BPM, but that's the average. And then it's looking at the 174, which at the moment isn't that great. Well, I mean, it's all right, but I can actually get up to 185, 190 beats per minute. So that's like another indication of the lessening in fitness. Same applies with speed. I mean, the maximum speed of 7.2 isn't that great for me either. I mean, that should be more like 9, and the average speed should be 7.2. So, you know, you'll see all this, like, you know, later on, when I am able to, you know, do what I know I can do. So yeah, I burnt 1175 calories. It's not bad, which is why in the spring, when I'm actually running like 50k on a regular basis, you'll see that calories go up to about 4,000, and that's when I start losing weight. Because at the moment, I'm not going to get up and show you because I wouldn't want to embarrass myself, but at the moment I'm still a little bit tubby, and you know, I don't like that. I like to be, you know, slender or athletic, probably is a better way of saying it. So yeah, I'm getting there slowly but surely, but you know me, I like to see, the thing with running is you get used to being good, and then when you're not so good, you know, I wouldn't say it's depressing, but it's a bit like disheartening, you know, having to start all over again, you know, get back to how you were. You know, there's no better feeling than to be able to run like 10 miles without stopping at, you know, around about 9 mile an hour speed. You know, you're just flying around, and that's great. And that's a euphoric feeling, definitely, especially when you finish. I mean, even now, you know, the endorphin hit I get when I get back to it is amazing. Yeah, but you know, hopefully that gives you, you know, some more insights into your running. The things to note, you know, are basically everything I've said. Like I said with the cadence, I mean, the stride length when that increases, that will impact the strides per minute as well. When my stride length is up to 1.1 metres, the steps per minute will come down as well. Obviously, because you know you're stepping further with each like step. But at the moment, I don't feel that my calves are strong enough to run that 1.1 metres, because it actually puts when you take a longer stride, more often than not land on the front of your foot, which puts more pressure on your calf, and I want to avoid that at the moment, because because I'm unable to run the entire like 10 miles without stopping. That's because there's, you know, my legs are becoming too tired, you know. Well, I hope that makes sense anyway. Yeah. So, I'll hand you back to Lee. Well, I hope that helped. I know from, you know, bitter experience, that's not easy for older runners to, you know, become accomplished athletes. But if anything, I'd like to think that I can become an example of what someone that's over 50 can do, you know, what we can achieve when we put our minds to it, you know. So for the final part of the video, I wanted to add a quick review of the brownies that Burkett Long sent me. Oh, bad planning as per usual, I forgot to get another one out. I'm happy to report that they are totally yummy. I'm not like a connoisseur or anything like that, but you know, I'll give like a basic idea. They are totally yummy, and the consistency of them is perfect. They break apart effortlessly and have a lovely outer crust that makes a good brownie amazing, with the you know, that soft inside. Oh, they're so like scrumptious. I mean, look at that, it just breaks apart, you know. I'm going to eat that one again. I know I shouldn't really, but oh well, you know, they're that nice, I'm going to treat myself. As I said earlier, I've added a link to Burkett Long's website. They provide a very wide range of you know, legal services. I'm not affiliated with Burkett Long, other than they've helped me in the past, as I said, with helping me buy my TT bike, but I received nothing from sending you to them. I just know you won't be disappointed. They're a great company that you know, just genuinely cares about people. I've also added a link if you're interested in the brownies. They'd make like a perfect gift for friends, or at the end of term, you know, for favourite tutors and teachers. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the usual stuff. Yeah, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, thank you, Burkett Long. Bye bye.